Hello, my name is Carmen Martin. For my iTech 7430 lesson plan project, my students participated in an online simulation gizmo called No Alien Left Behind. In this lesson, students will be able to model division of whole numbers, solve whole number division problems with an aid of a model, and understand the concept of a remainder. An overview of the assignment is that Gizmo helps students develop a deep understanding of challenging concepts through inquiry and explorations. Simulations are designed to supplement our existing curriculum, correlate to the state curriculum standards, and Common Core standards. When students enter the Gizmo into ExploreLearning.com, they will be presented with their challenge. The challenge for this assignment is that the alien school children from the planet Zigmo travel to distant planets on a field trip. The goal is to select a bus size so that all buses are full and no aliens are left behind. This is a nice illustration for students of division with remainders. Students will build a model for division by grouping alien students in buses for a field trip. The number of buses filled with the aliens is the quotient, and the aliens left behind represent the remainder. In the ExploreLearning.com Gizmo, students will log on using their username and password. And once they log in, they will see a selected Math and Science Gizmos that I've chosen for the class. They will scroll down and they will find the heading Multiplication and Division and click on the link No Alien Left Behind Division with Remainders. Once they click on the link, they will click on Lunch Gizmo. Now I will show you a demonstration of how I modeled the lesson on No Aliens Left Behind. In this Gizmo, students, your goal is to get a class of aliens onto their buses for a field trip. But there's one catch. Due to high gas prices, only buses that are full can travel. Can you get them on the buses with no alien left behind? You can do so by changing how many aliens are going on the trip. One way of doing this is by dragging the aliens from the school to the sidewalk, doing so. Or you can use the slider at the top. If you like, the Gizmo can number the aliens for you by clicking on the alien numbers. The size of the buses can be changed too with a slider. Right now it shows 3. And you could change the number to 7. And then when you're ready, you can drag the buses to the aliens. In this case, we have aliens, and there's 16 aliens total, and each bus holds 7 aliens. You've used 2 buses, and there are 2 buses remaining. If you scroll and use your cursor over the sentences, it highlights exactly what you're doing. If you would like, it will show you this division problem as 16 divided by 7. How many groups of 7 are in 15? There are 2 groups with a remainder of 2 aliens remain. Okay. You can use the mouse over any of the numbers, and you can remove the buses by clicking on Recall. You can also set the Gizmo to autopilot, and anytime you change the aliens and the buses, it does it automatically for you. This lesson also has 4 lesson materials. We have the student exploration sheet, the teacher guide, vocabulary sheet, and the exploration sheet answer key. In the student exploration sheet, students are introduced to vocabulary, prior knowledge questions, Gizmo warm-up, activity A, activity B, and activity C. In the teacher guide shows the learning objectives, vocabulary, lesson overview. You have suggested lesson sequence, extending the Gizmo, follow-up activity, and mathematical background. Using the answer key guide is used for the student exploration sheet. And lastly, you have the vocabulary sheet. With the vocabulary, you give you vocabulary words, the definitions, and examples. One of the things I like about the lesson gizmo is also the assessment pieces at the end. When we launch the gizmo and the students are finished with the assignments and the exploration sheet, it allows students to check and answer their assessment questions. For example, if we were to click on C for 1, we'll do B for 2, we'll do D for 3, A, and then 5A. And one of the things I like about the assessment questions is that it gives you immediate feedback. And it lets you know which questions are incorrect and which questions are correct. The No Alien Left Behind gizmo was a very fun assignment for my students, and it had features to help students get the concept of division and remainders while building vocabulary. Learning how to interpret a remainder by adding 1 to a quotient is always a tricky concept for a lot of kids. The gizmo allows students to visualize what they're doing when they're dividing, and also it helps students who are struggling with division. Earlier this year, I learned that it's kind of overwhelming to have students to complete the entire student exploration sheet. So I use the exploration sheet as a guide in the beginning using the prior knowledge questions, and then later on we do the gizmo warm-up. The next day we'll do the activity A, activity B, following days activity C. This allows students to really enjoy the gizmo and get as much as they can out of learning. Thank you so much for watching my iTech 7430 lesson plan project.